Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me. We're going live a little bit early. I'm going to start the review at um, at 12:30 when I said I would start the review. But we're actually here at Seegrin's, and we just arrived. Here's the deal. We're at Seegrin's, you guys. This is in Gilroy, California, just south of San Jose. We're on our way back up the coast from our trip at the Sequoia Redwoods, and we thought, you know what, it would be really cool to just pop in and do a live review of an RV because I've never done that before. So here we are at Seegrin's. I want you to take a look around though. Take a look. This is so empty. I think this is the state of a lot of, I don't know. This is the first RV dealership I've been in since COVID, but I think this is the state. This place is usually packed with RVs. In fact, let me show you. This is the inside floor. You can see how empty it is here. But they said they're going to get new inventory. But if we go back over here, this lot usually out here that we're looking at, this lot is usually packed with RVs, packed with trailers and Class A's and Class C's and you name it. But as you can see, it's just empty. There's my RV over there. It's just empty. Um, so, hey everyone, for those of you just joining, welcome. Neil here from Ultra Mobility. And we're here at Seegrin's RV in Gilroy, California, just south of San Jose. And I'm going to be starting the live review here shortly. But for now, I just wanted to kind of give you a look around. There's not a lot of RVs here, folks. In fact, we only have one Class B to review today because they only have one. That's the new Solis. They said I cannot put that on camera. Sorry. And I cannot review it, but I'm going to show it as I pan. That's the new Winnebago Solis. That's a pop top from Winnebago. And I will review that at some point. But look at this showroom. It's completely empty, as you can see. Now they expect by September that they're going to have a lot more inventory in here, but this showroom is usually packed. As I said, this is one of the two main showrooms that I go to. They only have two Class C's, this Jayco here, and this Leprechaun. Those are the only, by Coachman, Jayco Red Hawk here. Those are the only two Class C's they have. So they have one Class B, which I'm going to review, and then one Class C. Yeah, the problem is COVID hit. And when COVID hit, a lot of these places shut down manufacturing. And then the whole supply line also got hit. So even though some states where these coaches are manufactured could manufacture, they couldn't get their supplies in. So they got inventory's been halted. And then COVID, of course, has slowed things down. But things are starting to get back to normal. That's the new Solis. I'm not supposed to have it on camera. I'm not supposed to review it, but it is there behind me. You can see. Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're at Seegrin's. I'm going to do a review here in just a few minutes. I'll start here, and I might start a little bit early. So this is the dealership, what it looks like behind me. I thought I'd be able to review a couple RVs for you all, but you can see it is just empty, empty, empty here. I should have changed my glasses so I could read the comments as they're coming up. Hi, Lisa. Nice to see you guys. All right, so what we're going to review today is, in real time, first ever for Ultra Mobility. I think maybe first ever for Class Bs is we're going to review this brand new 2020 Roadtrek Zion, everyone. So this the reason why is this is the only Class B that they have available. Now, what's cool about this RV is this is the new Zion. This is the new Roadtrek. This is after Roadtrek, as you all know. Roadtrek went into receivership, and they started selling off all their assets. And the French company Rapido, which also makes the Westphalia, came in, and they purchased Roadtrek. So this is a brand new Roadtrek made by Rapido, and there's a couple changes to it based on the previous version when it was actually owned completely by Roadtrek. So it's nice looking. This is built on the ProMaster chassis, and this chassis is 20 feet 11 inches in length. So, you're going to be able to fit this into a standard parking spot. It's just a foot and a half longer than my Ascent, but it's still pretty short. You can see it's pretty clean here. We got the automotive windows on the side, very little venting. You have your, over here, this is your Suburban heater, the silver one, the chrome there. And then it has the Girard instant water heater. Girard's fine. It's not the best, like Truma, I like Truma, but Girard's just fine. And it is instant water heater. And as we go around here to the front, it's got a nice clean look. Yeah, it's good to see Roadtrek back. They're ramping up production again. So I really wish them well. Roadtrek's one of those brands, you know, that has just been around forever in the Class B world. And they make a lot of real good product. I've owned a Roadtrek. For those of you who don't know, I've owned a Roadtrek CS Adventurous, which was built on the Sprinter platform. Nice clean lines here, as you can see. This comes with the 2 automatic steps. This is nice. And these are Thule, by the way. Thule makes some really nice stuff out of Europe. These automatic steps, one for the passenger side and then one for the sliding door. And so these are higher quality steps. It looks like there's a little, maybe, I can't tell if there's a little bit of a quality issue here with the gap. This is real time, guys. So usually, you know, you're seeing kind of getting my first impressions of this as I'm looking at it. I am usually, you know, I spend time with the RV ahead of time. So by the time I produce the video, I've got all my thoughts put together. It's kind of cool, though, having you guys with me as I'm looking at it in real time. Here we've got, looks like our propane. So external propane, it looks like a water fill, I believe, there on the back. This comes with a hitch back here. Looks like a 3,500 pound hitch. And then you've got your shore power connection here. So pretty clean. You know, they've kind of hidden. Let's take a look on the inside. This one has the bench seat in the back. Now, these are not 3-point seat belts, so just keep that in mind. These are lap restraints. But you have 2 single beds here. And I don't have my measuring tape. I'm told that they're longer than 6 feet in length. That I'd have, next time I'll bring my measuring tape. And then this one here will show on the left here. This one electrically jackknifes down, and then you can fill in. I don't like the mechanism, by the way, that they do here. So if we take a look here, let's just take a look. So this side of the bed here, in order to see these screws here with the Allen or the hex heads, you have to loosen those. There's one on each side, and then see there's a groove. And so what happens is you loosen those. They clearly have to be tightened when you're driving. Otherwise, this whole board can slide out when you take a turn. So these little things here are supposed to lock it in place, I believe, but they're not really holding it. Oh, I'm going to transfer to June. Is that okay? Mm-hmm. So let me just show you here. And we'll take a tour of the inside. So this also comes with the window covers for the front windows, and that's a really nice addition. There you go. So this comes with the window covers, and it comes with the decorative pillows back here. But to make this into a bed, you'll push this to extend it down. Nice feature. And let me show you the length of it. June would be better because he's taller than me. But I'm 5'10". Ugh. So if my head's right up against the wall here, I guess a 6-foot person, maybe a 6'1" person can fit on this end over here. This side, the nice thing is this wardrobe cabinet is a little bit higher. Sometimes these wardrobe cabinets sit pretty low, so your feet, it's uncomfortable when you lay in these because your feet are hitting that thing. But this one they raised up a little bit, which is nice. Let's just take a look. This is the way you would sleep this way on this side. So maybe it's a tiny little bit shorter, but I don't kick it at least. Like when I turn over, I don't kick it. So I like that. I don't like, this is the part I don't like about this. This board here has to pull out. in order to support this cushion to make it one big bed like this, okay? See, if you don't have it, this is going to go in on you, right? So I don't like the way that you have to latch that down every time when you drive with a special tool. I think that's going to get old for a lot of people. But maybe you just leave it set up permanently. And the reason why you could leave it set up permanently, let me show you why, is that you do have a front lounge in this RV. So this could be your permanent bed in the back. You got your TV, you've got USB ports up here, and here you got reading lights here and here. So it's a nice setup. Each side has AC ports as well as USB ports for your phones. And then you have touch control lights back here, which you can move around. That's a nice feature. I wish my Ascent had that. See, I can point these anywhere I want, and then I can just touch it to shut it off. But the reason why you could leave this as a permanent bed is up here. These cab seats swivel around. And you can put a table in here. The table's stored. This is another nice thing about this Zion. They actually thought of a place to put the tabletop. So in the back doors here, see that? That's the tabletop. I wish my Ascent had that. Just a clever place to put it, get it out of the way. Ours is always in the way. But you put the tabletop right in here, and then you have a front lounge for two people, and you have your permanent bed in the back. I also like this layout because look at this. It's pass-through storage all the way from front to back. So if you wanted to put some items in here, like a couple bikes or something like that, or even if you had a surfboard or something like that, or maybe even a kayak, anything long, skis, you can stick it right through here. It's complete pass-through storage all the way through the back. This Zion also has the screen here. So this is the zippered screen, and it's got another one on the side door, so it comes with the screens. These have these side opening windows, so they slide open, and then it has the built-in screen here and also privacy blinds. We've been having some problems with our MCD shades, I'm not going to lie to you. And so these are kind of cool and very simple, and they get up out of the way, real easy to open. These are nice. One problem with these is when it rains, you kind of have to shut them. The awning style ones that open like this, you can keep them open and get some circulation in when it rains. But you know what, guys? That's not a big deal, right? There's your Dometic temperature thermostat for inside. You have your regular Dometic air conditioner above, and then you have your Suburban heater down below here. They've changed a little bit of the hardware inside here. We still have positive locking cabinets. Look at this. Actual positive locking, folks. This thing comes down and grabs the metal here so that when you're going down the road, this isn't going to open on you. So good for Roadtrek for doing that. Pretty good storage. You always enter Class B, you want to have enough storage, but you don't want to have too much storage, if that makes sense. I've had, like my CS Adventurous had too much storage in it. I didn't need all the storage. I never ended up filling up all the storage. But my current Ascent has just enough storage, maybe a tad not enough storage. So it's good to see that, like if you look down here, like look at this hardware. Isn't this nice? These poles, they're solid metal. You pull these out, and tons of storage on both sides here. So I think this rig has good storage.
Now you can answer some questions.
Well, I got some questions coming in.
Play the video.
Yeah, so the bed quality, it's okay. Okay, let's take a look. You can see it's not so thick, these cushions, and they're not 6 inches thick, but they're okay. But you're also not paying like 150,000, 160,000 for this rig. Let's see, how many cubic feet is a fridge? Good question. Let's go into the galley. Let's take a look at the galley while we're in here, and then we'll also show you the specs on this. So the fridge is 5 cubic feet. So this is a compressor refrigerator. So for all of those you who don't know, compressor means it just runs off electricity. It runs off DC or AC. It'll switch automatically if you're driving down the road. It'll use DC. And then if you're plugged into shore power or have the generator on, it'll use AC. But look at the size of this. You guys have seen inside my Ascent refrigerator, which is just a little under 4 feet. A lot more space. And this thing's it has a proper freezer. And this freezer is going to work. So if you're 100-degree heat, your stuff's going to remain frozen in there, unlike a three-way refrigerator. But you need a lot of power to run something like that. And let's talk about that. This coach comes with the Ecotrek system from Roadtrek. So they just kind of continued, the new company Rapido continued on with that. So if we step in here, we can see there's 2 lithium battery banks right here. Each one is 200 amp hours. So we have 400 amp hours, which is quite a bit. That means you're going to be able to run your AC for maybe an hour off of your lithium batteries, maybe a little bit more than an hour. But you have 300 watts of solar on the roof. So you have, in my estimation, this is an excellent power system on this rig because you have 300 watts of solar, which means it's just if you're sitting stationary someplace. I'm going to take this off for now.
It's really, be careful, you keep touching.
Oh, okay.
Everywhere.
Maybe I won't.
Yeah.
Maybe we're trying to be safe with COVID here.
Everyone's
touching everything. 300 watts of solar means your batteries are going to get topped off. Then this also has the underhood generator. So for those of you who don't know, that's a second alternator that's installed. You have a primary alternator, and then they install a dedicated secondary alternator
there's nobody
to power and recharge the lithium batteries. So that's nice. You also have your rather small, it's a 0.7 cubic foot refrigerator. Let's see. Where would I put the little dog? Well, a lot of space here to put the little dog. You can put a little cage back here in the aisleway. Oh, by the way, you can put it over, under here. Put it there between the 2 front seats. You can put a little dog up there. How much is it? Well, let's take a look at this. Let's just show this so people can see. These are the specifications that you see on it. And the base price is $101,000. Now, that does not include the upgrades like the Ecotrek option. So we're going to have to add probably $7,000. So I would imagine this is going to come around $108,000, $109,000, $108,000, $109,000 here. Let's take a look at our tank sizes. Freshwater tank, 37 gallons. Okay, I talked about this before, everyone. I have 20 gallons on my Ascent, and I've complained that I think that that's just too small. So I think 37 is excellent. You have a gray water capacity of 23 gallons. That's 50% larger than the gray water that I have. This gray water is excellent because generally you can fill up your fresh water wherever you go, but gray water, you need to find a dump station. So the larger your gray water tank is, then the longer you're going to be able to boondock. Black water tanks, pretty good, 9.6, is a little bit smaller. This is a tank. It's not a cassette toilet. This is a tank, 9.6 gallons. That's okay. You're probably not going to fill it up too much. Let me show you, by the way, the bathroom. I actually like the bathroom. One thing I don't like, sorry, I've got to be fair in my reviews. I've had these doors on my Roadtrek. I'm not a big fan of them. You have to lock this down here. It's kind of flimsy. It's a pin that goes down in here to make sure the doors don't open. And if you forget to put that lock in place, inevitably when you're driving down the road, these doors will fly open and they'll be banging around. The other thing is these doors are noisy when you're going down the road. They tend to rattle a lot. So just be aware of that. But I like the little place down at the bottom. You can put some towels or magazines or maps and things like that. And then when you go inside here, it's all one piece, you can see. I like the fact that they've covered all the plumbing stuff down there here. Like mine's exposed, and I like the fact that they covered that. And then here I am on the inside. I'm 5'10". So there's no light in here, by the way, so that's a little bit of a drag. Oh wait, there is a light. See, real-time review. I self-correct. There's a light back here. 5'10". I think June would be probably a little bit crunched in here. He's a little over 6 foot tall. If I'm seated on the toilet, though, pretty good room in here. But these doors here, they're specially made where, see, I can shut them and I can give myself some extra room like that. See how they're pushed out? and it gives about 5, 6 extra inches of space on the inside. And that's a nice little feature as well. Nice vanity mirror here. But this is a wet bath. You guys all know what a wet bath is. It means that the shower and the toilet all share the same area. So it's not, but that's typical in a Class B. You're not really, there's one or two Class Bs that have a dry bath, but they're not going to be in a 21-foot length.
And outlet in the shower?
There's no outlet in the general, it's hard, no, there's no outlet in the shower here. But there is an outlet right down here, an AC outlet right down here. And that should reach fine if you, and there's an AC outlet here, right there. And there's an AC outlet here. This galley, while we're talking about the galley, and I know there's a lot of questions, this has the flip-up counter extension, which is nice. Isn't that useful here for you?
That's cool.
Because it's kind of a smallish galley, but that you'll use this a lot. And the fact that it, yeah, it's a little bit low. You get to see me struggle in real time. These would all be bloopers on my gag reel. There we go. And it seems to lock down pretty well. So if you hit the brakes pretty fast, it seems to be okay down here. This is your sink. I'm not a big fan of these marine style sinks. The marine style is where the controls recessed. And the reason is sometimes, see, this is what turns it on. When the control goes out like this, it turns it on, and this is hot and cold. But what'll happen is this, when you shut this, it'll accidentally push this out, and then the water will start running, and you won't know it, and pretty soon your gray water tank is filled up, and you're out of fresh water. So I'm not a big fan, but it's fine. You just have to always remember to check that. And standard 2-burner. Here's some nice feature here, very useful, is pull-out pantry. How cool is that? Nice having it at eye level. You can get a lot of stuff in here. It's got the little guards here so the stuff doesn't spill out. It's kind of raised about 1 inch on each side so the stuff doesn't topple out. And it's positive locking. So that's not going to fly open while you're driving down the road. And lots of under sink storage as well. Let me answer some of your questions. How much battery power? So this thing has the EcoTrek lithium-ion 400 amp hours of battery in it. The inverter is 2,000 watts. I believe it's 2,000. I have to check. It might be a 3,000 watt inverter. I got to check. I'm not quite sure. It's not listed on here. No, it's 2,000 watts. It is listed on here. It's a 2,000 watt inverter. Can you leave the passenger, Albert asks, can you leave the passenger side bed extended and still have the table in place? No, you can't. Let's take a look at that. When I extend out the driver's side bed, I think is what you mean, right? You can see down there, it's going to cover up where the base of the pole goes in. So unfortunately, you know, now maybe your question is the passenger side. I don't know. You might be able to. The passenger side might just come out to the edge of it, and maybe you can leave the passenger side up. I don't have the Allen wrench or the hex wrench to open that up, so I don't know. Let's see. Is there an air outlet in the shower? Great question. I love these real-time reviews, y'all. This is so great. You can get the question. No, there's no vent, and there's no window in the shower. So a little bit of a drag. Good call out from, but look where your fantastic fan is, right here. So when your doors are open like this and you're taking a shower,
Okay.
so when your doors are open like this, the fan can suck a lot of the moisture out of there. But it would be nice if they did have another vent inside the shower. Yes, this one turns around, and the driver's side, as you can see, swivels a little bit, but there's not a lot of clearance here. In fact, why don't I go sit in the driver's seat and you can see what the driver's seating position is. This does not have a generator. Someone asks, does this it has an underhood generator? So they got rid of the big, bulky propane generator that would normally be underneath the noisy one, and they put in the underhood generator. So that means you can just start the engine and it'll generate, I forget how much power it'll generate, but it's pretty beefy. It's a pretty beefy underhood generator. Let's take a look here in the cab. So, you know, I'm 5'10". You can see they really pushed the bathroom right up against here. So I have the seat pushed all the way back here, and it's adequate for me, I'm curious to see, if someone like June, someone taller might have a little bit of a challenge getting in here. They did re-leather these with the ultra leather, which is nice. So this is the new ultra leather that they put in. This does not have, on this chassis, we have simply, where's it at here? There it is. So this will telescope, but it doesn't tilt. All right. But then again, you're not paying $40,000 more for this chassis like you would for the Mercedes. And this doesn't have all the safety features that the brand new Mercedes chassis has, that like active collision detection, active cruise control, active lane keep assist. It doesn't have any of that stuff. But again, the Ram is the least expensive chassis that you can get. And because of that, it pushes the price of the RV down quite a bit. But
there are people around us and they're not wearing a mask.
Yeah, there are people around us, correct, and they are not wearing a mask.
And I'll wear a mask. Doesn't matter if there's anybody or not.
Yeah, it's just safer for us to wear a mask. I like the cab though. It's clean. It's automotive. You sit up really high. This is front wheel drive. You all know that. It means we have a very, very tight turning radius, which is nice on rigs like this because sometimes you get into a spot in a parking lot. You want to have as tight a turning radius as you can have. One thing I don't like. Oh, look on the other side. There's a automatic step that comes out for me as well. So I like that, another Thule automated step. And I'm not a big fan of the parking brake on this side here. I've had some reviewers, some owners tell me, see that they get out and their pant leg gets on, they don't see it, and then they get out and they start hanging, and it's really dangerous. So I'm not a big fan of that over there. I like it on the center here because just less chance that you're going to fall out. That's just me. Try it for yourself. Okay. And let's just take a look. You all have seen the engine.
Inside the car, I'm outside. Anyway.
What's that? Oh, someone's asking?
Still talking about the mask.
Oh. Yeah, I should. I'll put on my mask. Am I working some people up? I'm going to put on my mask. Sorry. I want to set a good example. I usually wear my mask everywhere. I try to set a good, there we go. Ta-da! There we are. I feel like a better citizen. This is not a convection microwave on this. It's a 0.7 cubic foot, just a normal, regular old microwave. Where is the hood? I don't know. I forget. Oh, here it is. So we're going to go over here. Okay. Let's take a look inside here. All right. Here's your Pro Master engine, front wheel drive. Pretty clean in here. You guys know all the specs. I've gone over it 100 times. A 6-cylinder engine, pretty clean. All your gauges, all your fuel liquid levels and things are readily accessible. I like the look. I like the look of the ProMaster from the front. I think it's nice looking. And so you do have, at least on this one, some RVs we've reviewed, they don't have enough opening windows, but have opening window here, opening window here, opening window on the other side. So I think, and you got your fantastic roof fan. You've got your awning here. Who's this by? Carefree. I think it's a similar or same one that I have on the Ascent is Carefree. And then these are where you attach the screen. So these are the little, it might be a little bit of a hassle to put it in. But one thing I like about it is you can take it completely off and get it out of the way. We can't take the one completely off of our Ascent. It's always kind of built in. And it's sagging a little bit over here. So this one, I don't think you'll have problems like that. All right, let me ask you some questions here. Or let me answer some of your questions. Hello.
You have a second to take a break?
I'm just live right now with my this is the owner here, Randy. He's the new owner. Hey, say hi to my audience, Randy. This is Randy. We have 160 people watching us live.
Oh, well, great. Well, hello, everyone.
Randy's the new owner.
We have a brand new Travato. You may want to take a look at it. It's brand new. It just came out of the factory. No one has it.
You guys?
It's the most exciting thing. Go take a look at it.
We've been invited to go take a
On
look.
the other side of the wall.
We're gonna take a look, but first, before we go, if we can, June, let me answer any and all questions about. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. He's a new owner. He was the original owner. and then it was sold to some company. He just bought it back in July again. So kind of a happy story. Let me answer any and all of your questions about this Roadtrek, and then the owner has invited us to go take a look at the brand new Winnebago Solis. I'm so excited about that. So let me answer your questions. All right, I'm looking through. Can the solar panels be expanded up from 200 watts? I don't think from the factory. It's 300 watts, by the way. It's 300 watts of solar on the roof, not 200. So you got three 100-watt solar panels up there. That's pretty much taking up any available open space up there. Keep in mind, if we were to take a look up there, you've got your vent fan, you've got your air conditioner in the back, and then you've got your vent for your gray water, and your black water tanks are up there. So they have to try to fit three solar panels up there, so there's not really any additional space. Now, what you could do, if you wanted to, is you could get one of those portable solar panels. But unlike a Winnebago, this Roadtrek doesn't have a jack. The Winnebagos have a jack over here where you could set a portable solar panel out, and you just jack it in, plug it in, and it connects and it augments your solar system. But the Zion doesn't have that. So 300 watts of solar is more than enough. You're not gonna need more than that. Okay, I'm looking in here. I'm glad you guys like this. Let's head out. If there's no more questions about the Zion, let's head out and let's take a look. We've been invited to see the Winnebago Solis. Now, I haven't seen one of these. Take a look at this beautiful cherry red Solis. This is the new pop top. Now, what is cool about the pop top and the Solis is this has the excellent front lounge layout that I love. I think more RV manufacturers should do this front lounge layout. It's got a permanent bed in the back that can sleep two. Then a child or something can sleep, I believe. I have to check this out. Can sleep up here where the lounge is, the front lounge. And then two adults can sleep up at the pop top. So this little baby could sleep four people easy, maybe even five people. Let's take a look around the outside of it. This is built on the ProMaster Winnebago. I believe this is a 2021. Look at this on the, oh, I love this already. Pass-through storage here. You got your outside shower connections here. They have, look at this, in-floor system for battening down all of your heavy items and stuff back here. Plus, I love the material. This no skid material back here, very nice. Looks like it has just a regular screen here. I don't know if it's magnetic. Yes, there are magnets at the bottom, so it's magnetic, but it's zippered. Go around on this side. All right, cassette toilet on this. Some of you are going to love it. Some of you guys are going to hate it. So this is your cassette toilet. That means it's probably around a little under 5 gallons. Your shore power hookup. Gray water dump tank here. Here's your gray water tank. I'm going to look up under here because you know I got to. I want to see how four-season this thing is. There's a heating pad on the gray tank, which tells me that makes it a little more four-season. The dump station itself doesn't look to be protected or heated. You all know there is no quote like four-season threshold that an RV passes, right? It's not like that. It's just certain components need to be heated or protected or insulated. Lines should not be exposed. I'm not seeing any exposed water lines in here, but I can't tell. So this is somewhat four-season capable. At least there's a heating pad on the gray tank, which is good. Truma, that's an upgraded heating system. The Truma Combi, that's the vent for the Truma Combi, which is going to combine your heat with your hot water heater. It's very efficient. There we are. Let's go inside. I have not been inside one of these. Let's take a look. Okay, first thing is we have a compressor refrigerator right here, Nova Cool. That's kind of nice placement of the compressor refrigerator because if you're outside camping, you don't have to come all the way inside the RV to get something. You can just stay outside and open it and get it here. So that's nice. This has that flimsy aftermarket locking mechanism here. I don't like these. These are really cheap. And what happens is these vibrate loose, and then this is a flimsy, see this? This is flimsy plastic, and this stuff always breaks. I wish they would upgrade that and fix that. Giving you my honest review, just sorry, that's just the way I feel about it. Then you have your coach batteries, DC, 2 USB ports, lighting controls. All right, let's take a look. Meet the Solis. Fiberglass pop top with the Froley sleep system. That's cool. Froley's cool. You'll see that in a second. This has 220 watts of flexible solar. Remember I was talking about the flex panel that you can plug in? This has flexible solar, so you can buy a separate external solar panel and connect it up. They call this the rear annex, expands living space for use or hanging gear or external shower. They're just remarketing the rear door. Expand the space, you can shower outside. This has ducted heating. That's part of the Truma system. Look, a duct here, a duct here, a duct in the back, and I think a duct in the bathroom. So that's a nice, that's a luxury to have ducted heating. Premium insulation. I don't know what that means. Truma Combi Eco Heating, we talked about it. Waterline routing. Okay, so it says that the water lines on this coach are routed on the inside. So we're getting more four season. Water lines on the inside. We want to make sure the fresh water tank's also on the inside. The gray water tank's external. It's got a heating pad on it. You know, it's going to help, but the heating pad, you know, if you're driving down the road at 60, 70 miles an hour and it's 10, 20 degrees below zero, the heating pad's not going to do anything. In the back, we have a queen-size Murphy bed with integrated movable table. Okay. And then this is the dinette with two. Finally, Winnebago. I'm glad these RV manufacturers are listening to me. Winnebago used to be notorious for not putting 3-point seatbelts in their vans, but look, 2 3-point seatbelts. That means this van can carry 4 passengers safely. And since it can sleep 4 comfortably, this is a great van. It actually can carry your kids, 2 of them safely, or 2 other passengers. That's fantastic. That's good. So that's good. All right. Look at our galley here. We have a pull-out extension kind of here. Oh, that's flimsy. I think that's a little cheap. I don't like that. There's a locking mechanism. I don't like that either. That's kind of cheap. See, this locks it supposedly so that at least they thought about it. Some companies don't think about it. They don't put this in here. And so what happens is you take a turn and this thing comes flying out and it hits someone in the thighs or whatever. But that's your counter extension. Suburban. Interesting. So this is not a Dometic. So this is a Suburban propane stove. Residential style faucet. 2 AC outlets here, 2 AC outlets here, plus 2 USB and a DC port here. Not positive locking. Kind of positive locking. It is, hold on. It is positive, my mistake. It is positive locking. These are cool little latches. So the way these work is as soon as you pull down, it releases it. So much easier. You put it in. So positive locking. These have magnetic here. So it connects magnetically. I'd need to be on the road and find out if we hit a bump, if this comes down on your head. I think it would. I don't think there's enough magnetic power on this to hold it. Like if you hit a bump, it's going to come down. All of these are the same way. I don't know about this. This has adjustable shelves on the inside here. Nice. And more storage back here. This has got the cab. This comes with the cab blinds for the front. Okay. Here's your table. I haven't done this, everyone, so I've never been inside this thing, so I don't know how all this works. All right, so come take a look at this. You let me know if this works for you. So I don't know. It's so you can move it. See, you can move the table, and I get it, but I think this is one of those things I classify as great intention, bad execution. I get it. I get why they did this, so I can move this back here, right? I love the idea. I'm not thrilled with that. Don't necessarily like that. Let's put this back. Put this back up. Another one of these positive locks here. This has a slat system for the bed. So we can pull the bed down. That's pretty easy, everyone. That's really easy. I like easy bed setup. Nice wooden slats, and then look, you just put this back down. And let's take a look. You're gonna sleep laterally on this. Tight. 5'10" is tight. If you're 6 foot, it's gonna be a little tight for you, but every RV has compromises. You're never gonna find the perfect RV, okay? All right, let's take a look. Good question. Let's put this back up. Put this back up. The big reveal, what's in the floor panels down here. A little bit of storage. There's likely, I don't know, why did they do that? If someone knows why they put this in here, it's raised for a reason back here. It could be the water lines are routed here. And so instead of having just a step over, they just made it flush. I would imagine that's what's happening. I would imagine water lines or something in order to keep them internal in the van run through here. And instead of just having this step up and then step back down, they just put this storage cabinet in here. That's what I think. Again, this stuff's going to be compromises because if you want more four-season capable, then you need to have internally routed water lines. And if your water lines need to be routed internally, they're not going to be on the outside of the van. They're going to be on the inside somewhere, and they got to go someplace. So that's where they go, I think. I don't know. Someone from Winnebago can tell me. All right. So permanent bed in the back, 2 people, a little bit short, but okay. And let's take a look at the pop top, shall we? Let's go up in there. Gotta look at this. So we have a ladder here. So this hooks. I gotta find out where it hooks. It hooks here. All right. It hooks here. You guys are seeing this real time. Oh, someone from Winnebago left their notes. I'm going to read them. Added Bluetooth control to awning. So you can control your awning from Bluetooth. Cabinetry is updated to reduce stick and staple construction. I've been hitting Winnebago on stick and staple construction. I'm so glad they're listening to me. So I don't know what that means, that they've updated the cabinets. It probably means they're using less sticks and staples, which is good. Overhead cabinet construction is a new folded and welded aluminum construction. Added reverse core cove molding to the bases of the cabinets. New positive latches. Dovetail drawer boxes. So it's just the construction of the drawer boxes are dovetail. Pedestal style dining room table. Added in-floor storage ahead of the dinette seat. Dinette overhead is deeper. Major upgrade to the electrical system. So it has 3 external AGM batteries have been replaced with 2 125 amp hour lithium batteries. So this has 2 125 amp hour lithium batteries for a total of 250 amp hours of lithium, which is 50 amp hours more than my Ascent. And added a second 12-volt alternator. So this has an underhood generator. It doesn't have the old school generator bolted to the bottom. It has a 2,000 watt inverter. That's excellent. That means you're going to be able to run your microwave and power some other things inside here at the same time. Air conditioner can now be run on battery power for short periods of time. That's good. Fast charging from second alternator. Water tanks move from below the coach to the inside. You guys, we got our answer. The freshwater tank is internal on this rig. So this is looking more and more four-season. We have an internal water tank, which means it's not going to freeze. We have internally routed water lines, which means they're not going to freeze. We have a cassette toilet, which means the black water tank is also internal. And we have an external gray water tank, but you can always add antifreeze into your gray water tank to keep it from not freezing, but there's also a heating pad on it. The only thing they're missing, I believe, is a heated dump station, but I'm pretty happy with the 4-season capabilities of this. I'm glad I'm reading their notes. Water tank, and then what else did they say here? Roof access port for owner installed electronics. So you can install cell boosters without having to find a place to drill through the van roof. And then there's a garage in the back with a storage cubby and cargo nets. So that's all their marketing sales points. But we're going to head up into this. So let's do that. You guys get to see me do this real time because I've never done this before. Normally I would rehearse this so that it would look super easy by the time I put it on camera, but you guys get to see me struggle in real time. All right, so you push that in. You see that? Then you latch it like that. All right, there's our ladder. Come join me on the pop top. Ooh, it's so cool up here. Look at this. All right, so got your side vents here. These are screened, one on each side. I've got a mattress up here that's about 2 inches thick, but there is the Froley. See the Froley sleep system, the spring system underneath? I have a vent. Look at this. There's a vent. I have another screen up front, and they were so nice. They put lighting control right here for me, and they have USB outlets up here and a DC charging port. How cool is that? So I can lay up here. Let me show you. This is actually bigger than the bed down below. I think if you're 6 foot, you're going to be okay up here. Yeah, I think you're going to be okay. The roof is finished too. It's a nice finish. And then these here, these are how you pull the pop top down. Okay, it's on a gas strut system. So you pull it down and then you strap it, you latch it here. But I gotta say, it's really cool having a second story on an RV. I like this a lot. This is awesome. All right, I don't want this ladder to fall on me. All right, I haven't been looking at the questions, so I'm going to look at the questions. I'm going to take this away. Yeah, all right. Oops. Oops. What's that? Let's sit in the lounge here and answer your question. Opening window. These seats are very stiff, but they have headrests, and I like these little grab handles. 2 adults, if you're kind of medium size, smaller size, can fit here. Okay. All right, where's the chat? All right. Yeah, the floor is a tripping hazard. Yes, it's a good point. Casa Rosanate says, yeah, this is something to be aware of. This here. I'm glad he pointed that out. I like Class B RVs that don't have any step-ups at all. See, there's one here and one here. This actually has quite a few of them. So for me to go from front to back, I've got to go down one step, up one step, down another step. It has quite a few up and downs here. Yeah, something to be aware of. You're always going to have this step up though when you have the front lounge because they got to bring it up to the same level as the cab floor. So that's the price you pay. You want to see the cameraman? I don't know if the cameraman wants to be seen. The lounge area, we talked about the comfort. The generator, Stefan, the generator is, there is no classic generator on board. It's an underhood generator. So they have a second alternator installed in the engine. That's your generator. let's see. Any other questions I'm looking through here? Otherwise, we're going to wrap this up.
Microwave.
Microwave we talked about. All right, if you have questions, please ask them. Any curtain net to make the outdoor shower in the back? I believe there is. I'm not sure. I'm new to this rig. But I believe if we go back here, I believe you can put up this thing here, like this, and it's a curtain rod. And I believe there's someplace, I don't know, here it is, this, I think you can hang it. And so this becomes a large outdoor shower. You just connect your shower hose here, and then no one can see you. So you're just showering back here. That's a brilliant use. I got to hand it to Winnebago. They really think and they innovate, and I'm really proud to see that. And they listen to their customers. Like I'm sure their customers have been saying, and I don't know what I'm doing here. God, I don't know how to get this out. There we go. You guys can watch me struggle in real time. It's simple. This is metal. They're not plastic. It's fairly easy to do. And it expands the RV out about another 3 feet. So you kind of have an outdoor shower. How much is it? That's a great question. I'll ask them. There's no price. They just got it in. Oh, here, look at this, everyone. There's another outdoor shower here. This has 2 shower hookups. That's so awesome. Plus, look at this. Plus, we have an indoor shower. Now, this follows the Revel, for those of you who don't know. If you don't want to use this as a bathroom, there's shelves that you can put in here. This can become a giant closet, like a wardrobe, or you can put shelves in and you have a massive amount of additional storage. So I dinged the Revel for that. I'll let you know, I dinged the Revel when I reviewed it because I felt like they should make a decision as to whether it's a closet or a bathroom. But I think I might be revising my thinking a little bit on that because some people, not me, I like my bathroom, but some people will never use their RV bathroom. And since this has 2 showers for the outside, you know, maybe they just, and see the toilet swivels. Look at this, it's a cassette toilet. So you can swivel the toilet like this. And I've got pretty good space here. There's a waterproof compartment here. So you can put your toiletries and they won't get wet and stuff. And a nice storage compartment. And then there's ducted heating in here. I gotta tell you, they've done some nice stuff in this Solis. They keep improving and improving. Ha! Look at this. They did the they did the little Winnebago W to hang your jackets on. Cute little touch. All right, let me answer your questions. What do we have here? Is the toilet movable if you want to use the indoor shower bath as a closet? Yes, Lawrence. It's not movable. You can't take the toilet out, okay? The toilet part here, that releases the cassette outside, but the toilet itself will stay in here, okay? But like this person's done, you can use it as a closet and there are shelves you can put in here. And you can completely just use this for storage if you want. And you don't have to, but it functions perfectly well as a bathroom as well, right? This is gonna rattle a little bit, you can hear. So this is gonna rattle as you go down the road. It's probably why they put, it's still gonna rattle as you get down the road. Just be aware of stuff like that. Sometimes, you don't think of this stuff, but I did, because when I bought my first RV, I didn't think about this stuff, and this little stuff drove me nuts, driving down the road, this stuff rattling away. Okay, a little bit of storage under there. Let's see. Does this have the Volta electrical system like the Travato? Huh? Oh. I don't think this is the Volta system. I think it's just a regular lithium system because generally the Volta system is branded. And I don't see, here's all their controls up here. So they have the Xantrex solar charge controller. They have the LP on off, which is electrically shuts off the LP. You don't have to do it by hand. Wait a minute. This says generator start. Okay, now I got to go back and look because it said it had an underhood generator, but I see a generator start button here. I'm going to look. And I love this. I love this rugged step out. That's so nice. There's your propane coil right there. I'm going to look under here. Yes, there's a generator. My mistake. There's a regular generator on board. Yeah, this is an Onan 2800 LP generator, I believe. Yeah. I think you can get this without the standard generator underneath. I think you can upgrade it. This one may not be upgraded. This one may have the AGM batteries and the regular generator, but I'm pretty sure it can be upgraded. Very little ground clearance. How much payload can those Class B things carry? That's a great question on payload. Let's take a look. Occupant and cargo carrying capacity is always an issue. So as we look on the side door here, the occupant and cargo carrying capacity is a healthy 1,864 pounds. So you subtract out about 200 pounds of water and you still have 1,600 pounds of cargo carrying capacity. Calculate your weight, weight of your passengers, subtract that out. But I'm telling you, 1,800 pounds is pretty good for a rig like this. So it has good occupant and cargo carrying capacities. Okay. Am I reviewing any Class Cs today? I'm not reviewing any Class Cs today because they only have 2 Class Cs here today. All right. Yeah, you should be shocked how empty the lot is. All right, if there's no more questions, look at this. This came from Iowa directly, from the Iowa Winnebago facilities. This is brand new Solis. It's directly coming from Iowa. They just received it here at Seegrin's and they allowed us to take a look at it and do a review. I think so just to wrap up, I'm very impressed with the Solis. I love the layout. I love the front lounge layout. I love the fact that it has 4 people that can be carried in 3-point seatbelts. And I love the pop top. And I love the fact that it's more 4-season capable than most RVs out there with the internal water lines, the internal freshwater tank, the heated gray water tank, and the internal black water tank. I think this bed's just a little bit short. That's a compromise you're going to have to make. This bed's a little bit short if you're taller. I'm not a big fan of this trip hazard here in the middle, but compromises, folks. You got to make compromises. I love this external shower area here. Overall, I'm really happy with it. I don't know what the price is, and I don't see someone here that I can ask what the price is. I'll try to find that out, and I'll update it in the description. But yeah, that's my review, my real-time review of the 2021 Winnebago Solis. I like it. I think I could camp in this thing, definitely. I think it's a fun, very functional, very practical RV. Someone says 120K MSRP. All right. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for joining me during my first ever real-time review of an RV. I'm glad you joined me, and I'll see you all later. Take care. Bye.